Ashley.
And my name is Dusty.
And we'd like to thank you for serving the local Lynchburg community through Meals on Wheels.
In this training video, we're going to show you and your partner the step-by-step process involved in pickup, delivery, scheduling, and how to use your route sheet.
There are 2 pickup locations. The first is at the Virginia Baptist Hospital, and the second is at the canteen. Today, we're going to take a deeper look at a pickup at the canteen.
Hi, my name is Ronnie. I'm the volunteer coordinator with Meals on Wheels. I've been with Meals on Wheels for about 3.5 years now. Just a wonderful place to work. I started this as my second career, and it's been a great pleasure to work for them. And I hope you, as a new volunteer, will experience the same thing that I did. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our canteen operation over here. We're standing here in the canteen area right now. As a volunteer, you'd come in and you would write your number on the board, and I would come out, I would see the number that you're doing, and I would go in and get your container that contains all your beverages, your desserts, bring it out to you, and then I would go over those with you and make sure we have the proper counts. We always want to count all your beverages, all your desserts, and please always check behind me, because believe me, I make my share of the mistakes. We also recommend if you're going to have hot meals on a given day, you keep your hot meals separate from your cold meals. Please have an ice pack with your cooler for your cold items. If you do not have an ice pack, we have some on hand where we can give them to you.
When you arrive at your pickup location, canteen, or Virginia Baptist, park in the designated areas and adhere to all safety precautions, especially using steps where indicated and not stepping on and off of the loading dock. If you're picking up from the canteen, you'll need to bring 2 thermal or insulated chest, bags, or containers with you, 1 for hot foods and 1 for cold foods. If you need an ice pack for your cold foods, we can provide one. You will just need to refreeze it before each delivery. On Virginia Baptist routes, thermal containers are provided and must be returned to the facility at the end of the route. When you arrive at the canteen, inform the staff of the route you are picking up by noting the number on the whiteboard and telling the volunteer coordinator. Support staff will gather the meals for your designated route. You will receive a new route sheet each time you deliver, even if you deliver on the same route every time. It is important to use the new route sheet because it contains current, updated information. Discard your route sheet at the end of each route. The route sheet tells you how many meals, if any, are special diets, who gets what to drink with their meal, and any other special instructions. For instance, if someone on your route receives a supper meal, pay careful attention to detail here. Bring along a pen or a pencil and notate if needed. Although pickup can be a bit busy and a bit hectic with many volunteers coming in and out of the warehouse area, please take an extra moment to carefully concentrate on your route sheet. Then, compare the instructions with what you're packing into your hot and cold thermal chests. The golden rule is double check your route sheet. Before leaving, take a moment to count and verify you have enough hot and cold meals for your route, to avoid making a mistake and having to come back to pick up more meals and consequently delaying someone receiving their meal. Now that you've seen how to do a pickup, you'll realize just how important it is to check your route sheet and also to make sure that the items you've been given are in fact the correct items.
Those are good points, Ashley. And in just a few minutes, we're going to show you guys what it actually looks like to go out on a delivery. We're going to walk you through that process and show you just how important your route sheet really is.
We're going to be sending you out 2 by 2. So whether that's with a spouse, a friend, or Meals on Wheels can partner you up with another volunteer to come alongside you.
And if you see any hazards or road construction along the way, please be sure to contact the office and let them know. Now, we're going to show you guys what it looks like to actually go out on a delivery. When I arrive to a delivery site, I like to make sure that I've gathered all of the meal together. Now this may seem obvious, but it's very easy to mix up deliveries or even to leave half of the meal behind. Make sure to check your route sheet. Are they receiving a hot meal and a cold meal? Are they receiving tea or milk? And make sure to check to see if they're receiving any other special items like a supper meal or a birthday box. This is why it's so important to count your meals, drinks, and desserts on stops. Meals on Wheels commandment number 1, double check your route sheet. Guess no one's home. You're gonna have to knock a lot louder than that. Some of our friends might be hard of hearing, or they might take a little bit longer to get to the door. Somebody might have a walker, or a wheelchair, or might be using a cane. So give them a little bit of time. Hi, Mrs. Brown. I'm with Meals on Wheels, and I have your lunch today.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't recognize you. What's your name?
My name's Dusty, and I'm the new Meals on Wheels delivery guy.
Oh, great.
Now remember, your route sheet not only tells you the delivery address that you'll be going to, but it also lets you know which door your neighbor's going to be expecting you at. It could be the front door, it could be the back door, it could be the basement door. In this case, we'll be delivering to the kitchen door. If a meal recipient is not home when you arrive, check your route sheet. They may have already opted to have you leave the meal by the entryway that they've specified. Now, this is only acceptable if number 1, they've already contacted the office and had it approved. Number 2, there's a cooler by the entryway that they've specified. Number 3, there is a frozen ice pack. And let me just mention, it must be frozen inside of that cooler. And number 4, and most importantly, it's on your route sheet. So, the most important commandment is what? Check your route sheet.
If the meal recipient is not home and the office is unable to contact them, leave the yellow hanger on their door. So, you've come to the end of your route. If you picked up from the canteen and borrowed a thermal container, return it to the warehouse. If you picked up from Virginia Baptist, you need to return your thermal containers back to the cart in the elevator hallway. Great job! You're all done for the day. Well, sort of. Were there any notes you needed to call the office about? Was everyone home? Were there any changes that were not reflected on the route sheet? When you have reviewed this mental checklist, shred your route sheet. Sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? And you're making a direct impact in your neighbors' lives. There are just a few more things we'd like to remind you about. Always practice excellent hygiene, especially when handling food. Wash your hands thoroughly and often. Cover coughs and sneezes with the crook of your arm or shoulder, not your hand. Get vaccines when available. Do not deliver meals if you are exhibiting cold or flu-like symptoms. Please arrange for a substitute. Deliver with a buddy. If you don't have a spouse or friend to come with you, contact the office and we will pair you with another volunteer. Regardless of whether you deliver as a team or solo, always stay aware of your surroundings, the neighborhood, lobbies, stairwells, anything that may be an issue that we cannot control. If you ever feel unsafe, call the meal recipient and ask them to come to the door or call our office. Your personal safety is of primary importance. Should you have car trouble or an accident while delivering your route, call the office as soon as possible. We can make sure help is on the way and send someone to pick up any undelivered meals to complete your route. If you're ever faced with a client emergency, first of all, remain calm and reassure the client. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. Okay guys, we need you to use your best judgment. Obviously, if there is smoke or fire, loss of consciousness, or blood for heaven's sakes, dial 911 immediately. But whenever possible, call the office. let us call 911. Stay with the client until help arrives and stay in touch with us. We will be in touch with the emergency contact and one of us will come to the site if necessary. This keeps us in the loop and you off the hook. If you are picking up from the Virginia Baptist Hospital, please arrive at 11:30. If you are picking up from the canteen, please arrive between 10:15 and 10:45. Please mark your personal calendar for delivery days several months in advance to avoid scheduling conflicts. Do not overdress or wear expensive jewelry and lock your car. For food safety, do not bring your pet with you. Volunteers are not allowed to give medicine to meal recipients, no matter how harmless it may seem. During inclement weather, we do not adhere to the Lynchburg City School closing schedule. Volunteer miles are tax deductible, so keep your record of delivery mileage. You are our eyes and ears on every route. We welcome your thoughts and feedback. Thank you for caring for our neighbors in need. You are delivering so much more than a meal. These moments of human connection can be invigorating for those who are relegated to their homes. You may never know how much your smile, your conversation, your time means to those you serve.
If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please be sure to contact the main office.
Thank you again for serving the local Lynchburg community through Meals on Wheels.